Audio boys and girls, it's time for another Jeep Talk Show interview, and tonight we're going to be talking with Leighton O'Connor of the Christian Jeep Association. Founded in the fall of 2018 by Pastor Leighton O'Connor, the Christian Jeep Association stands as a testament to fulfilling the drive, or the divine calling drive. See, it's a Jeep thing. I want to say drive of the divine calling. We are, or they are, expansive community of faithful individuals united by their devotion to Jesus Christ and shared passion for Jeeps. That's great. I love both those things. Does Jesus ever take the wheel? I guess Jesus takes the wheel all the time, right?
Depends who's on the radio.
Our mission is to extend a hand of ministry and witness to those who are lost, suffering, impoverished, or facing adversity, embodying the love, compassion at the heart of Christian faith. But you guys, you still give people a hard time on the trail, right? I mean, you still tease people, right? I mean, you can still do that, right?
About what?
Huh?
Tease them about what?
Oh, the wheeling or being out there in a Renegade instead of a real Jeep, you know, all those kind of things.
No, Renegade's a real Jeep.
No, you talking about the CJ Renegade or the new Renegade? Because the CJ Renegade, that was a real Jeep.
Anybody who has a Jeep, whatever type of Jeep it is welcome to be a member of the Christian Jeep Association.
Okay.
No discriminate whatsoever.
Yeah. I mean, of course. But that's something you can give them a hard time about. That's what I'm wondering. Do you guys not give the hard time to the reoccurring friends that are out there off road, or is it just
we give them a hard time if they drive bad?
Good. This gives me hope.
yeah, but know what they're driving. Just their skills.
Yeah. Okay, good. So 2018. So how did you get this thing started? What was the idea behind it? Just a love of Jeeps and a love for the ministry?
How much time do we have?
We're shooting for 30 to 45 minutes here.
Okay.
So if you go as long as you like, I can always cut it off in editing.
I was driving a Ram pickup truck, which was on its last legs. Mm-hmm. And I said, I got to get a new vehicle. So I went to the dealership to look at a Jeep. Loved it. Only sat in one of them, drove it around. And then I looked at the car payment and I said, I don't really want a car payment. Went back to my mechanic. He said, they want to give you what for this pickup truck? And he said, you go back there and you get that Jeep, because he was a Jeep guy. Mm-hmm. So I got the Jeep. I didn't know too much about Jeeps. My father had a Wrangler years ago. I had a couple Cherokees, which is still a Jeep.
Oh, and I'm a Cherokee owner. I guarantee you it's a Jeep.
They're a lot more reliable than the Wranglers. That's for sure. So I got the Jeep, knew nothing about Jeeping. And the next thing you know, God put it on my heart to do a 6-month mission trip across the country to help the homeless. I had a burden in my heart to help the homeless. So I got this Jeep. God put it on my heart to do a 6-month mission trip, help the homeless. And I outfitted the Jeep with the help of church friends with a refrigerator, all kinds of gear, new bumpers, winch. And I drove across the country for 6 months and did outreach all the way to Fairbanks, all the way to Anchorage, LA.
Oh, I bet you that was a wonderful scenic trip, especially up to Anchorage.
Oh, yeah. So God put it on my heart to do this mission trip, and during the mission trip, I formulated the Christian Jeep Association. I have two nonprofits. One is the Christian Jeep Association, and we have 43 chapters around the world, and that's one of my nonprofits. One of our biggest chapters is actually in Texas. I think we have a couple of thousand members. And then I also created at the same time the Mission for Hope, which is my nonprofit, which also helps the homeless. And been on several mission trips across the country, giving out thousands and thousands of blankets to people on the streets.
That's wonderful.
All kinds of large cities across North America.
So let me ask you this, and I know this is a big can of worms, but you take as much time as you need. How did you help the homeless? How did you, in your Jeep, when you were traveling across the country, how did you help the homeless? I mean, I'm sure you could hand out money or give coupons to the hotels and stuff, but that only goes so far. So, I mean, actually helping them long term, right. Or can you help them long term?
So I've been helping the homeless probably since the mid 80s, working volunteering in shelters and do that type of thing. So what I did on this trip is people knew where I was going to be. So people know I was going to be in Anchorage, Alaska, July 3rd. And I would reach out to Jeepers and say, do you want to meet me in a particular parking lot someplace with a Walmart and have your Jeeps fill up with stuff? And then we'll gather that morning, and then we'll go out and find the homeless people and give them blankets, hygiene kits, food, clothing, water, snacks, Bibles. But not only do they appreciate what they're giving for physical things, but they also just want somebody to talk to.
Oh yeah, somebody to care about them.
Right. They want to tell their story. So I think that's really a major part of our mission, is just reach out to them and showing some compassion while we're out there.
So not to put a negative spin on this, but I know people have problems parking at Walmart. Did you guys ever have any problems with any of the facilities that you guys went and did this in? I mean, people coming out asking you what you're doing, or police showing up, or?
No, never. I think I've only been bothered at one Walmart, and that was Niagara Falls, and I think I was sleeping in my Jeep that time. But
sir, are you okay?
Never had a problem at Walmart or any other places.
Well, I think that's one of the things that keeps people from doing stuff like this, is they're wondering what kind of trouble they're going to have. They'd like to help, but they're wondering like what kind of bad things are going to happen to them. Speaking of bad things, do you get a little, I know the whole point is to help people, but do you get a little frustrated with the people that you're helping because they could, you don't feel like they're helping themselves? I mean, I'm not saying you wouldn't withhold that you'd withhold the help, but it's got to be a little frustrating that you see people that just a little bit and that they would be a lot better off. You feel bad for them and you wish you could just straighten them out.
Well, that's a complex problem, straightening people out who have housing issues. A whole nother can of worms.
Well, I mean, they may have a drug problem, or they may be doing a lifestyle that is not conducive to them taking care of themselves. And do you try to counsel them at all, or you just accept them for who they are and help them out for the moment?
Accept them for who they are, but understand where homelessness comes from. Most of the time, it's from mental illness or something that happened in their family. Mental illness often leads to self-medicating with drugs because they're not on the right type of medication. Housing issues, veterans, income issues, healthcare issues, not being able to afford the medication. Do you choose from housing or medication?
Right.
So there's a lot of different factors that play into it. But I kind of look past that. Every once in a while, you run into a person or a group of people that feel very entitled to what you have in the back of your Jeeps, and you just look past that and just give them a blanket and a smile.
Yeah.
I've had people ask me,
that's going to be really difficult. Have you ever feared for your life dealing with these individuals?
I think only one time I was a little bit nervous in New Orleans one time, and I stopped handing out stuff, and we probably had about 25 Jeeps.
I think nervous in New Orleans is normal.
I just kind of watched everything while I was there.
Right.
But that's probably about the only time.
Yeah. And
that's not bad out of 5 years or whatever it is.
So yeah. I don't know if you're familiar with Dan Grech. He traveled all around the outside of Africa in his Jeep.
I know Dan.
Yeah. So I often ask Dan, because we've had him on the show several times, it's like, Dan, when you were going through those border crossings, did anybody ever shoot at you with an AK-47? Because you get these things in your head, and it's like, no, it was great. And there was actually, he got a picture taken of him holding one of their AK-47s. So they were happy to see him. So I just kind of want to dispel this stuff, because I think a lot of people don't want to be involved in this because they're scared that they're going to have an altercation, that it's that it's not going to work out the way they want it to work out, and that was not your experience and has not been your experience.
No, I have never really had any altercations. I have had a couple. Year before last, I rented a Land Cruiser in Africa to look at some wells that I've been involved with and handing out Bibles. And there was a few instances where I was pulled over and, cops tried to get a bribe, but I just gave them Bibles for the kids instead.
Were they okay with that? I mean, I guess so.
Yeah,
You're
sure.
here, so I guess they were okay.
Yeah. But I can't even remember some, besides New Orleans, at times where I've been worried,
Right. That's great. Yeah. I'm glad to hear that. I think people, generally speaking, people are good, but you just never know what's going to happen. But that's part of life. So, so anyway, what was it like being up in Anchorage, Alaska? And were you afraid of grizzlies or fearing being frozen to death?
Well, I've been to Anchorage and Fairbanks, and there's a lot of stores. I'm not sure what city I would compare it to.
Uh-huh.
A lot of stores in Anchorage and Fairbanks, but if you drive a few miles or you get out in the woods and rivers and all that kind of thing. But I actually did a little side trip. I've been to Anchorage and Fairbanks twice. And I actually took a detour last time to the Arctic Ocean, which was kind of cool. So it's one of the furthest places north you can go on the continent. And that was kind of cool, just a little side trip. But it's not what people think it is. I mean, it's not. I went in July and August, and it's not freezing cold out. It's probably about 70 degrees some of the time.
Right.
There's roads and stores and McDonald's and all that stuff.
Yeah, I was going to ask you if there was a Whataburger there, but there's no Whataburgers that far north, I don't think. And did you have a lot of fast food when you were traveling across the country?
I'm kind of known on TikTok for my gourmet cooking off the back of the Jeep. Very rarely would I have fast food at night. To be some kind of chicken or beef or sausages, vegetables, onions.
And just refill as you go. Buy what you needed to fix your food.
So I would stock up every Monday, usually at a Walmart though.
Yeah.
And I'd stock up every Monday. And the week I would spend in the woods. And then Friday I'd arrive at a large city, stay at a hotel. Saturday would be outreach. Sunday would be church and laundry day. Then Monday would be stocking up the Jeep again with food, and then spend my time in the woods until the next city.
So two questions. I want to jump to this one first. Did you say what Jeep you were in? And if not, which one was it?
I'm in a 2015 Wrangler.
And that's what you did this trip in?
Yeah, all my trips. I've had the same Jeep.
Okay, that makes it easy.
But different engine and different transmission.
Oh.
Yeah. So I've got about 200,000 miles on it. Transmission went at 150. Engine started going about 190. So put a new engine in it last year, and it's better than ever.
Good. And the other thing I was going to ask you was, I don't remember what it was, but I did have this other one. So did you ever cook anything on the exhaust manifold?
I think I warmed some biscuits once.
Yeah,
but that was
not a thing that you did a lot of.
No.
Okay, I always thought that was really neat.
But I've done, burritos off the back of the Jeep, seafood, fra diavolo, chicken and broccoli ziti, all kinds of. I would eat very well on the road. Sunday I would go.
You got to. That's part of the road trip. That's why I was asking about fast food. People often just say, "Oh, I'm on a road trip. I got to eat bad stuff." So no Buc-ee's. You wouldn't stop at a Buc-ee's and get something like coffee or. Not a Buc-ee's fan, huh?
I don't drink coffee. Buc-ee's, I would go in to use the bathrooms, but that's about it.
Oh, they got nice bathrooms. Yeah.
Yeah.
They just need a little table in there where you can set your laptop up and stay a while.
Right.
Oh, that's a good thing. How did you handle getting internet access, or did you even care about internet access?
So I have a booster. What is it? WeBoost. And that helps me quite a bit. British Columbia and parts of Alaska and Northwest Territories, you're not going to have internet anyways, but I would have a Garmin Mini InReach with me. Mm-hmm. So if something nothing's really happened besides the Jeep breaking down, and I would text people back home about what it could be. But I always have the Garmin going. Yeah. And that's one of the ways people could follow me as well.
Have you considered the Starlink, especially the mobile setup, where you can just bolt it to the top of your Jeep and have
no room for it? No room. It's a two-door Jeep, so I'm very, very limited on space.
Oh, that's interesting. It's a two-door. That's good. I like two-doors. Yeah.
So it's very, very packed.
Have you looked into it though? Because it's really small.
Not really. Okay. No.
Well, if you're happy with what you're doing, that's fine. But the neat thing is you have internet anywhere you are. High-speed internet anywhere you are. What color is your Jeep?
Tank green.
Do you have you had any accidents with it? I mean, is it harder to see since it's not a bright color at night? Any near misses
or accidents? A couple of dings from some trees going through the woods.
Oh, of course.
I'd go down some trails crazy trails.
Yeah. Oh, I remember what I was going to ask you earlier. So on Sunday, when there was the services, did you conduct the service? And was it like at a Walmart, stand on the back of your Jeep or something like that?
My Jeep is set up to do a church service anyplace with a power inverter, speakers on the roll bar, which are vibration proof, a sound mixer, cordless mics, plug instruments in. So I've done church services in the parking lot of a church in Alaska or off the beach in Key West. I've done church services all over the place.
Oh man, that's going to be fun. I mean,
And I also bring fellowship cups so I can do communion as well.
yeah, I was going to ask you what denomination are you?
Non-denominational.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, but
I'm
you
Pentecostal though.
okay, but you still do the breaking or the body of Christ and the wine. Yeah. Okay, the blood of Christ.
Juice, no wine.
Sorry.
Juice, no wine.
Oh, I know. Yeah, it's like grape juice or something, I think.
Yeah.
It's the thought that counts. Okay, so now, are you currently doing this, or is this something that you've completed and you're going to be doing it again?
I'm
talking about the trip. I'm sorry. I know you're doing the church thing all the time, but I mean, as far as the trip goes,
I'm kind of sticking around home for a little bit. I got married last year, so
congratulations.
Traveling all around the country, but we do outreach locally, and also we have chapters all over the country that are doing outreach. Right now, my latest project is someone donated a 1967 M410 trailer, and we're going to outfit it to
that's great.
serve hot meals to the homeless. So we'll just bring the Jeep right up to an encampment, and they can come down and get meals out of the Jeep.
So I was just gonna tell you, if you had told your wife to be that there was no room in the Jeep because it was packed and she couldn't go with you, but now you mentioned the trailer, she can go, right?
Yeah.
So how is your Jeep modified, or is it modified at all? I mean, for like off-road use.
It's got all kinds of lights in it. Corner lights on every corner of the rack. Garvin donated a rack for my first mission trip. The rack has been unbelievable. And if I need to, it can rake back and I can take the top down, but that hasn't been done for a few years because I have a tent on top, a Pelican case behind the tent. I have a special cabinet built in the back that's lower so I can still see out the back window and take the windows out. Stuff's not falling out of the place. Drop down table on the tailgate. I think I'm on my second set of bumpers and rock sliders.
Wow.
Front,
what rock sliders? I'm sorry. What rock sliders were you using?
Barricade, I think.
Okay.
Yeah, but I'm not going to promote them because they didn't help me out. So anyways.
I've heard that the powder coat ain't great on the barricade.
These are lasting longer than the last ones. And I forget the brand of the last ones, but the last ones, bumpers and rock slide, is definitely rusted out.
You need to contact Rock Slide. Tell them what you're doing. And
I contact everybody. They're not really jumping on board.
Well, now it's kind of a hard time. Maybe things will change with the administration change, though. Maybe things will money will flow a little easier.
Yeah. So Toyo gave me a set of tires last year. My BF Goodrich gave me some tires a couple years ago. The batteries a couple years ago were donated by Interstate, but I'm using different batteries now. I have portable solar. What else do I have? An ARB refrigerator. And I've contacted all these people about sponsorships. Have a Smitty-built tent. I actually had to replace it because I used so much. So I replaced that Smitty-built tent on top.
How long of which tent was it, and how long were you able to use it before you had to replace it?
Let's see. I probably got it 4 years ago. Probably used it 200-300 times. And when talking about camping on glaciers, camping on the river, the Grand Canyon,
wild temperature swings. Then,
yeah, Sedona was crazy. I'd actually take the tent down because it was so windy. But it lasted pretty well. The zipper went on the front. It never leaked in rainstorms. A pole went inside, and I just said the mattress was just, by the time I used it so much.
Oh, you look like a big guy. That's the problem I have, is the mattress. I was going to ask you about the mattress. Have you found anything that actually is good, or do you just get used to it being a hard? It
was. I had a mattress topper on top of it, but it was just so squished from using it so much. So, yeah, got a new one last year.
2023, I went to EGS for the first time. Didn't have any money for a hotel or anything, so I was going to camp in the back of the Gladiator. I took an air mattress, and a fat guy on an air mattress, it just doesn't matter. You know, you're going to be hitting bottom really quick. And I looked into some memory foam mattresses, and I thought that might be a winner. So I was hoping you might have some experience in that department. But it sounds like you're still doing the same thing what I was dealing with.
Yeah. We'll see how this one goes. I just swapped it out a couple months ago. So it's very cold up here, so there's not a lot of camping right now.
Mm-hmm. Do you find that just people come up and talk to you about the Jeep, and then they get introduced to what you're doing and the ministry that you're doing?
I've had people say, "Let me pay for your gas." I've had people say, "Let me take care of your dinner." You have a lot of very, very nice what
part of the country were you in when those things happened? Is it pretty even, or has it been specific regions?
Mainly in the South.
Yeah.
The left coast, not so likable for Christians, but they're not really. Yeah.
That's a shame.
Yeah. And up north as well.
Mm-hmm.
But the left coast, particularly, California, Oregon, and Washington, those are very, very tough liberal states. Yeah.
I don't really understand that. I mean, you're not hurting anybody, and you're helping people. So whether they believe in what you believe or not, just support, because you're helping. You know what I'm saying? That's kind of the way I look at it. But yeah, I mean, people are people. But will that deter you from going to that? I already know the answer to this, but will that deter you from going to the left coast again?
No. Those were the tough states to get volunteers, but that didn't stop me. I mean, I did outreach in Skid Row with just a few people. Outreach in Skid Row twice, actually. Outreach in Portland a couple times, and not a lot of volunteers. So I just do what I got to do. Right.
Do all you can do by yourself or with what you have. Now, I don't know where Skid Row is. Is Skid Row in San Francisco? LA? Okay, that makes sense.
I've done outreach in San Francisco too.
Was Newsom there? No, you don't have to answer that. So in San Francisco, that's going to be. Were you out there during the warm time, and you could smell all the feces and stuff that was all over the place? San
Francisco's not as bad as people say it is for the homeless. I've been to a lot worse places in the country compared to San Francisco. Yeah.
So I guess it's one of those political footballs that people like to use.
A little bit.
So what? Then that leads me to the next question. I don't mean to make this negative, but I'm just curious. Where are the bad places? What's the worst place that you've been to?
Worst place. Skid Row is pretty bad. I actually set up my Jeep as a prayer station, played gospel music. That's a whole nother story. I
got to figure that's going to be really helpful to those people that are really down and out, because whenever you get to the very bottom, you're willing to do anything. That's why I always say atheism is one terminal illness away. Yeah. Because at that point, it's like, man, I hope there's something else, because I'm going to be going there.
Well, Jesus is hope.
Yeah, exactly.
Hope.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Skid Row, what was the next place that you can think of, or a place that wasn't very pleasant?
Someplace in northern Alabama, the camps were just a mess. Just a mess. I have to think about where it was. Sometimes all these cities run into each other.
Oh, I can imagine.
Yeah. San Diego was pretty bad. Portland was pretty bad. Yeah, Portland, Oregon.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, Portland, Maine was pretty bad too.
Interesting.
Yeah. Miami, pretty bad. Tampa was pretty bad.
Okay, getting back to food real quick. You mentioned Maine. So the seafood, are you a seafood fan?
Yes.
Yes. Yeah. So I can imagine this has got to be some of the good things when you're traveling around and getting some good seafood. So what kind of seafood did you get when you were up in Maine, if you got any at all?
Well, I mean, I can get good seafood from where I live right now, just driving 45 minutes. So I love lobster, fried clams. Yeah.
So do you ever get out of the beaches on these places, like Maine, for example, or?
One time when I was doing test drives with a Jeep before I built it out, I wanted to hit as many beaches as I could on my way up from Key West back to Massachusetts, and I probably hit about 6, 7 beaches I can drive on, and the places in Florida. Actually, one of the prettier beaches was actually New Jersey. I think it was called Long Beach, and that was a nice beach to drive on. I've camped on a few beaches. I think I camped on some beaches in Cape Hatteras. I think the government was shut down at the time, so I didn't have to get a permit or anything like that.
Nice.
But that was a beautiful beach to camp on. Yeah.
So, have you, and I think you've already answered this, but have you had any issues with anybody coming up and messing with you or your Jeep whenever you're camping? That's kind of one of the fears that I have is, you're in that tent and there's no protection from that tent.
Yeah. I can't think of any issues besides raccoons jumping on the Jeep or deer coming by. Or one time I was someplace in Alaska and a moose came by while I was having dinner. But no issues at all.
That's got to be really interesting. So
the opposite, people wanting to talk to me and see what I'm doing because I've got all kinds of stuff on my Jeep, as far as the web address and the tire cover.
That was going to be my next question.
On the tire cover, I had a slot, and I would put in the next city laminated. The next city would be on this laminated piece of paper, and it would say, going to Anchorage next, going to LA next, going to wherever next. And people just read about what I was doing just from the back of my Jeep and ask what I was up to.
So do you publish anything as you go on social media or maybe talk on the radio or?
Radio interviews. There's, I think, 4 Instagram accounts. We have altogether, Christian Jeep has 45 group pages. And then TikTok, a little bit of YouTube. And then I have pages for everything and groups for everything. So do a lot of social media. I had it down to a science. When I'm on the road, I have it down to a science.
Oh, you have to. Do you actually get to use a laptop? Because I don't know how you are about the phone keyboards. I hate those. I hate doing stuff on the phone.
I would do all my social media on the phone. Yeah. But I would have a laptop with me to do any editing if I used a real camera. I have a photography background. I've been shooting since I was 15. So, yeah.
So are you doing stills and video or just stills?
Stills and video. I create stuff on TikTok and then put it on all the social media, on my social media.
So do you do any live stuff? I guess it really just depends on the internet connection where you're at.
Not really live. Occasionally I would do live, but once in a while I would do some YouTube stuff. And there's a walk around on my Jeep on my channel, and you can see everything that I've jammed into that Jeep and what I've got it rigged out with. Yeah.
So do you perform baptisms when you're on the road?
I haven't on the road, but that's one of the things I do is baptisms. Yeah.
Because I was just wondering how you handle that. I mean, I guess if there's a river or stream nearby or horse trough, you could always baptize.
Just any place that's got some water and you know what to say.
Yeah. I can just imagine this has to be very interesting too. I mean, I know it's a lot of work, but it's got to be very interesting and satisfying for the, it doesn't sound like you're having any problem with it other than the mattress. And,
well, besides the Penn-Star 3.6, horrible engine. And, I would have all kinds of issues with engine lights and sensors going and timing chains. And, one Thanksgiving I spent waiting for the timing chain to be replaced. And what was I? I'm trying to think where I was in Texas, but, drive shafts going, all kinds of stuff. But you just roll with the punches.
So I'm a little curious about the 3.6. I've heard that those are good solid engines with the exception of the valve train. Yeah, with the exception of the valve train due to oiling issues.
Yeah, well, something called the oil filter housing, which sits in the valley of the engine.
Yep.
They use plastic ones So I went through a couple of them to finally win aluminum when I was up in. I had to wait for a week up in Anchorage to get an aluminum one shipped from Seattle and have it swapped out because it went in the middle of no place. I forget where I was and had to get it taken care of.
So I'm sorry, the 2018 JL or JK?
2015 JK Sport.
Oh, 15. Okay. 18 was right here in the notes about something else.
Yeah.
All right. So it's the JK. Because when you were talking about engine problems, I really thought you had a 3.8. because they definitely had issues.
Yeah, from what I hear, the 3.8 is better than the 3.6. 3.8 was before the 3.6, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, they're great in minivans, not so much Jeeps.
Yeah.
Well, there was an issue. It really depended on where the 3.8 was put together. You had a 1 in 3 chance of it being a decent engine, but there was always a horsepower issue, at least for a Jeep. And the 3.6 took care of a lot of that. I'm really surprised you've had issues with that. But, that happens to some people out there. So does anybody ever travel with you, or do people travel with you while you're in some locations? I mean, tag along?
Only locally. When I do outreach, my wife comes along, we meet a team of people. But no one traveled with me when I was on the road. I would just meet people every single weekend, wherever we're doing outreach. And of course, I would, hang out with them, and we go out to dinner and do the outreach, and usually go to church with them as well. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So I would assume that there's lean times and there's non-lean times where you have a lot of people show up. What was your smallest and largest group or audience?
Smallest, I would say, any place on the West Coast.
Oh yeah. I mean, would it be by yourself or one person?
I partnered with a nonprofit in LA at Skid Row, and it was just me and the nonprofit. I think Seattle was similar. It's either Seattle or Portland was similar, but just do it in Vancouver. Vancouver was kind of a, British Columbia was kind of like I had some time, I had some money, went to Walmart, filled up a Jeep with stuff, and found the folks who needed it. And that would happen a fair amount. That I found myself a little extra time and had the money to do it, and I just go to Walmart and fill up the Jeep with stuff.
What was your biggest crowd? I
would say Atlanta. I think we had 35 people, probably about, New Orleans on a trip before that. New Orleans, I think we had like 15 Jeeps.
And do non-Jeepers show up? I mean, we discussed the Renegade earlier, but I mean,
they're all invited.
Broncos, yeah, of course.
Or whatever. Yeah, everybody's invited. And people would ask me, do I have to have a Jeep? No, just show up.
Yeah, of course. They'd have to question your commitment if you said, no, it has to be a Jeep. Okay, so you mentioned doing the outreach. So as a registered heathen, what is an outreach?
Outreach is when you're...
Not you being the registered heathen, me.
Oh. Outreach is when you're reaching out to people and doing some good and helping people. Whether it's giving out blankets, sharing the gospel, talking with people, just reaching out in the community, reaching out as Jesus did. So a day might start off as, we meet in a Walmart parking lot, might have some coffee and some donuts, talk with everybody, have a little group meeting, group prayer. And then I would offer anybody if wanted their Jeep blessed. So I have these little stickers that says I was blessed in 2025, and pray over Jeeps, read a little prayer that we do, and then have a little safety talk about going out. And then if there was a large team, we might have 2 or 3 teams of Jeeps and identify the areas where we're going to go into the areas, pull our Jeeps over, open the Jeeps up, and, people would have brought clothing or whatever. I had a blanket company, and they would ship blankets to whatever leader I had in each city. They'd ship 50 to 100 blankets. And then I had a storage unit in Linfield, Massachusetts, filled up with stuff, and I would have a volunteer. My buddy Steve Ford would go into that storage unit every week and box up a bunch of stuff, go to UPS, and ship it to a leader in each city that I would have. If I didn't have a leader in that city, they would ship it to a church that I knew of or a UPS store, and I'd pick it up.
Very nice.
And be ready to hand out stuff.
Yeah. People helping out is so important in so many ways and so many things, and that's great that you get that support. When you bless the Jeep, can you get a special blessing for the windshield?
It covers the whole Jeep, windshield and everything.
Yeah, but the whole Jeep is probably going to be okay. That windshield's going to take some damage.
I've only lost one windshield.
Oh, you're protected.
One, yes, very protected. And I go down some crazy roads. lack of roads.
Yeah.
But I also have limb rises.
Oh, that's really cool. Oh, I mentioned the radio earlier. You were talking about broadcast radio. Do you do anything like on GMRS or CB, or people can contact you while you're moving?
About a year ago, I started getting involved in ham radio because my grandfather was a ham radio guy in 50, 60 years and talked to people all over the world. So to honor him, I got a 2-meter and grabbed this call sign W1LQQ. So I've got a 2-meter in the Jeep. I needed to use it a lot more because it's a whole new learning curve. I also created the Christian Ham Radio Operators Association. So little group of people that are Christians that enjoy ham radio.
Where do you hang out on 2 meters? Are you on 5.2, or do you? I get the feeling sometimes you don't turn it on.
I don't sometimes, but it also does GMRS, and I've got a couple of smaller walkie-talkies at GMRS. If we're doing outreach, we can talk to each other using the handhelds as well. I need to use the ham radio a lot more.
Yeah,
my grandfather is rolling in his grave because of my lack of experience with the ham radio.
Oh, I drive around with mine on 5.2. I hear nothing. There's just like nothing going on. I remember back in the 80s when the 2-meter repeaters, which this is a foreign concept to you, at least for the 80s, back when the 2-meter repeaters were very active in the morning and then the evening, but there was no cell phones. So that was the fun that you would have going to work and coming home from work. So it was called drive time. The repeater would get active on the drive time. And of course, they have repeaters on GMRS now too, which it operates exactly the same way. It's just a UHF instead of VHF. But I kind of got the feeling that being on the road that much, you might delve into some radio stuff. It really anything that kind of makes the drive better, I would think.
Yeah, I listen to a lot of music.
Damn it, you need to listen to podcasts. And I can think of one in particular.
You got it.
Do you know we have, God, what are we up to? 1,218 episodes.
Wow.
Yeah. So you have plenty of Jeep Talk Show that you can listen to.
That's cool. Definitely have to tune in.
Please do. Just keep in mind, we do have the explicit rating I was telling you about earlier.
Okay.
Well, we really don't use it much, but we have it there just in case. All right. So now I don't know. Let me just ask you this. Is there something specific that you would like to talk about here to get your message across?
Well, the Christian Jeep Association got a great website. We've got all kinds of groups trying to put a chapter in every state. And we're trying to do good. We just don't want to hang out. We want to do outreach. We want to help the people that need the help. We want to create conversations with the people. We want to share the love of Jesus with people. So, if people are interested in checking us out, check us out on Facebook, Instagram, the website, christianjeepassociation.org. Do a search on Facebook for Christian Jeep. And the other nonprofit is Mission for Hope. And you can get involved with outreach. Let me know where you are at, and hopefully we can have someone in that area does outreach and keep you educated on that. We are partnering with a movie that's coming out called No Address, which is coming out February 28th. William Baldwin's in it. It's got some big stars in it, being very well done, very well produced. And they've promised to give 50% of the net profits to nonprofits that are working with them, that are helping the homeless. So that's coming out February 28th. So that's something to check out.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Now you just mentioned the website, christianjeepassociation.org. That's good that you can go there. And where is maybe it's any of these, but where is the best place to go if you want to get involved or if you need help?
Probably the christianjeepassociation.org, the best place to go. Mm-hmm. It's tough to help people because everybody's so scattered. So, I can help people like maybe if they're in a city and they're trying to find a shelter or something like that. So it really depends. I don't get a lot of requests for help from the homeless. Mm-hmm. Mainly they reach out to people locally if they're looking for shelter or they're looking for a meal or something like that. Usually people who are struggling with housing are pretty up to speed on what's in their area for shelters and where they can get a community meal.
Yeah. And do you provide that information, like whenever you're on the road and you stop, and you have that information so that you can direct those people to their local facilities? Yeah.
Yeah. If I don't have it, I'll contact the leader in that city that I've worked with and said, okay, this person is looking for some housing. We're looking for a community meal.
Yeah. That's got to be a lot of work right there, because you're going to so many different places.
Yeah. Yeah. A lot of Excel file.
Now this has nothing to do with the outreach, but do you guys have stickers? People that want to put help advertise the cause? So
if you go to christianjeepassociation.org, click on decals, we'll send you a free decal.
And is it just one decal, or do you have like windshield banners? Windshield stickers?
We have windshield banners. We have tire covers. We've got
tire covers. Okay.
Hoodies. We've got sweatshirts. We've got T-shirts. We've got different types of hats. All kinds of things.
So I'll recommend a T-shirt to you. Now, normally I call these Jeep Talk Show $1 million ideas, but this probably isn't $1 million. Make some T-shirts telling the people on the left coast they're going to hell in a good way. And you can change that by going to christianjeepassociation.org.
Okay, well, I'll run that through our board.
I hope they don't fire you. All right, good. So we mentioned christianjeepassociation.org. Where are you on the interwebs? No, TikTok, Instagram. How can people find you there?
So most of my social media handles for me personally is Leighton OC, which I post everything. So I don't think I've used Twitter in a long time. It's not even called Twitter anymore.
Right, X.
TikTok is Leighton OC. YouTube is Leighton OC. Instagram is Leighton OC, but also on Instagram we have Christian Jeep Association and Mission for Hope. Facebook is Leighton OC. Christian Jeep, Mission for Hope, we're all on Facebook. Yeah.
So if there's anything the Jeep Talk Show can do to help advertise what you're doing, especially if you're going on the road again and you want to generate some people, we'd love to have you. Maybe you got the setup. You could probably record a nice little audio file or audio video thing and shoot it to us. And then we could put that up later on one of our, and you probably don't know because you don't listen or watch the show. We have 5 episodes a week.
Wow.
Yeah. That's one of the reasons why we have that 1,218 episodes.
Really?
And we're on YouTube, so you can watch it, and don't watch it while you're driving though.
No, I don't.
There's a limited amount of stuff Jesus can do, which is wrong, but I like saying it. don't watch YouTube while you're driving. But yes, send it to us and we'll play it on the show.
That'd be awesome. Really appreciate your support.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Always looking for sponsors because there's always something breaking on the Jeep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I'll let you know. Let me know if you know a podcast that makes money.
Definitely.
All right. Well, Leighton, Leighton, we'll really appreciate you being here tonight. And it sounds like you're doing well. I mean, it sounds wrong, but it's exactly right. You're doing the Lord's work, and I just get so frustrated with people. And God bless you for not giving up on people, because I would imagine that would take the wind out of my sails a lot. So maybe not you. But for me, so just keeping at it and doing it, it's a good thing. And thank you very much for that. Because we need more people doing this, helping other people.
I've been very blessed on the road and people helping me out. And somebody just donated that trailer the other day, and someone's donating that time to build out a cabinet in the back so we can serve hot meals. And been really, really blessed. I've never had to worry about a tank of gas or a meal, clearly. And it's been awesome.
So I think you just said what you were going to do with the trailer. Was there any consideration about moving the tent to the trailer?
No, because most of the time, well, I've never had a trailer, and some of the roads I go down, a lack of roads, I wouldn't want a trailer. Could barely turn around the 2-door. So I've had to deal with a trailer. It's just a lot easier without a trailer.
I'm glad you're getting the trailer. That's going to be a huge improvement over getting, especially with a 2-door. So very, very cool. Well, unless there's anything else that you want to mention here before we wrap up, I'm going to let you go and let you get back to whatever it is you got going on today.
Thanks, Tony. I really appreciate the opportunity to get to talk with you and share things with your folks that are listening in.
So what we'll have to do is, I don't remember you saying the next time you're going on the road, but what we'll have to do is, if you're on the road, we need to do this again because it sounds like you got all the setup for everything. As long as you got decent internet, we'll get you back on and we can get you out there with maybe on your phone with a video and showing us around, shopping at Walmart. There's all kinds of things we could do.
Probably the next time I'll be on the road is in August, and we go to someplace that's close to Jeep Invasion. We don't go to Jeep Invasion because they wouldn't let us have a booth last year. So we're doing something at Cadiz Cove.
Can you tell me why they wouldn't let you have a booth?
Yeah, we'd like to know why.
Okay. Because I'm wondering if it has to do with that illness called, well, I'm not going to say it. I'm just wondering if maybe things will change a bit as far as being more open to more people.
I don't think it would change there. We did it for 3 years. 2 years we volunteered people to do the trash and do the parking lot and helped them out. And the third or fourth year, they said, no, we're not doing that anymore. And we said, we'll pay for a booth. We'll pay for a double booth. And they said, no, we're not interested in you being there.
This doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
All right, man. Well, thanks a lot. Have a great day. And again, thank you for being here. We need to get you back on and get more interesting stories, Christians on the road.
Thank you, Tony.
Thank you.
Bye.